All right. Um, Hold on. I'm so sorry. I just realized that y'all can see my background. Blur that out for a sec. Okay. Hopefully it did it. Probably not. Okay. Um. Okay.
What's good? What's good, y'all? My name is Derek Davis, and you're watching the Young and Powerful podcast. It's been a while since I last did an episode. As you know, I've done the Vigilant podcast, but I thought I could get back into my bread and butter. Today we have I'm interviewing a person that's not new to my podcast. I've had her on before. Her name is Polk, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So you can go ahead, Miss Ashanti. Ashanti.
Okay. Again, my name is Ashantee, or you can call me T, whatever y'all feel comfortable with. I am 22 years old. Man, I don't even know what to say about myself. I do a lot, but like I said, 22. I'm a student at Long Beach City College in California, Long Beach, California. Um, I am a licensed preacher. I serve as a serve as a youth organization president in my youth organization, and I do advocacy work, and I work with children. Surprisingly, I say surprisingly because when I was younger, I was not planning on working with children. So I work with children, and yeah, there's nothing I guess I can't do by the power of God, of course.
Yes. And today we're talking about adulting.
Oh
That's,
Lord.
that's our topic for today. And as I shared with Ashanti, we're gonna just I have a couple of questions that I have for her, and this we might go into a brief discussion on some things about the topic. So, without further ado, our first question is about adulting. Is what has what has adulting taught about yourself?
Um, I feel like one thing adulting has taught me is to be more disciplined, to be more organized. I feel like I've always been organized, but with bills and like I said, with school for me, work and church, finding balance. Um, Something that adulting has taught me because I feel like when I was younger, it was just like I have to do everything. I have to do this. I have to do that. I literally have to plan my days out now. And my days aren't planned out, things don't get done. So I would definitely say organization and discipline.
Mm-hmm. Do you struggle with that that discipline with when it comes to adulting sometimes?
Yes, I do. Financially, I definitely struggle, and I would sometimes say spiritually. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I do as well because adulting is kind of hard because you can be ready for you can think you ready for adulthood, but then when adulthood comes, you ain't ready.
Absolutely. I
So
agree.
you gotta pay bills and all that stuff. You gotta
Yeah.
do a calendar, and I one of the things that I've learned since I've become like a young adult is using my calendar,
Yes.
and especially when you do stuff like I do. Oh well, I can't do it that day. I got a church meeting. I can't do that day. I got a event I have to go to.
Facts.
Yeah. So um, the next question is: do you struggle with time management?
Um I will say in certain aspects, yes. I will say, so a little bit about my background. I serve as in our church. I'm not really sure who watches your podcast, but for those who do not attend an AME church,
Mm-hmm.
I serve as the first vice president of within our church. Actually, within our district. Our district is comprised of 16 states, and I'm the first vice president of all 16 states, meaning I'm under the president. So we have a president, then you have first vice, like the national government. You know, there's a president and a first vice. And my job as first vice is to plan events and things
Mm-hmm.
of that. When it comes to planning events, I'm on top of it. I'm on top of it because I know, us Black folks, we struggle with time. So I try to put deadlines, try to keep time on that. Um, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to school, I am a procrastinator. Um, I will literally wait until almost an hour before an assignment due to get them done. And I know that's not good. Of course, it's not good, but for
Mm-hmm.
some odd reason, that's just how my brain works, and that's how I'm able to get stuff done. Um, excuse me. As far as time management, I actually perfect example. These past few weeks, I've been dealing with anxiety. I guess just because of adulthood, I've been dealing with anxiety, and it's been hard for me to keep up with time. So I have been taking a step back and kind of just, I've been taking a step back and trying to regulate my emotions, because, for those who experience anxiety know it's hard to do stuff when you're experiencing anxiety. It's like it's a physical thing first, and then it's a mental and emotional thing second. So time management has been a little difficult for me for the past few weeks, but on a regular day, I'm usually good with time management, I would say.
Yeah, and anxiety, it can go into that, like that mental health music and mission that the fifth district is talking about, in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, because we a lot of young people struggle with anxiety and like you said, I'm procrastinator, castinator as well. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I like to wait till the day of to get a job done.
Hmm.
And so I like when I was in school, like I would wait to get an essay done. And I know that's not good to when you got like an essay to do the next day.
Right.
And yes, and you have to get like a 3 to 5 page essay, but at least you're doing it, because I like to wait to the last minute to get stuff done, because it uh it rushes me to get it done.
Yes, yes, I agree. Me too.
Yep, because well, you're a scholar as well, so
Hmm.
uh a seminary student, a board of examiners student, correct?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay. And do you write papers for your like college stuff? And
I do. I do write papers. I'm not preaching right now. But of course, definitely writing sermons. I do want to comment on that though. I really want to say this because I feel like
hmm
I've talked to people who are not in the church and they'll be like, "Oh, we'll just write the sermon." And I'm like, writing a sermon is so different
uh-huh.
from writing an English paper. And I say this all the time. An English paper, I can chat GPT, I can write stuff that don't make sense and make it sound good, and the teacher will still give me an A. When you're writing a sermon, you are writing so people understand the word better. You
hmm
want people to understand God better. You want people to get closer with God. You cannot just write words on a paper and be like, well, that's a sermon. No, it has to make sense. It has to flow
hmm
and it has to be biblically. correct. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't use ChatGPT for sermons. I do, because sometimes I need clarification, or sometimes I just need help writing a conclusion. So I'll use it, but I don't use it for like the meat of the sermon. Like for like, because my structure, I start with an intro, go into the scripture, say my little points, and then conclude it. I don't use ChatGPT for that. It's more so just like help me understand this story, and then help me write a conclusion. And even then, I'm still like rewording it. So it's like I use it for extra help, but yeah, writing sermons and writing essays are two different things, which also goes into time management, because there are situations where I've written sermons and my mother has physically seen me get upset, and she was like, take a break. And I was like, Mom, I have to get this done. And she said, Ashantee, you're not going to get it done. You're not okay. You're clearly not okay. So you need to just take a break and come back to it. So I have finished sermons like early in the morning, because sometimes I wouldn't even say writer's block, because I feel like when you're writing a writer's block, it's kind of crazy for a sermon, but like you just have like a pause, like, okay, God, I need help. I need you. Like, come on, say something, talk to me. So, yeah, when it comes to sermons, my best advice for those who are up and coming ministers, preachers, pastors, as soon as you get the assignment, as soon as the person asks, whoever asks you to preach, get it done. Start right then and there. Do not wait until 3 days before, a week before. Please take it from me, from someone who has done that and has stressed out. Okay, please listen. Don't do it. But yeah, definitely. That's one of my prayers for this next semester. I've been in school, but I'm starting a new semester. So this semester, I hope, my prayer is that I have better time management, because I have a lot going on this year. Can't talk about it too much because still tying some stuff up. But I have a lot going on for the rest of this year. And yeah, I need time management.
Yeah. I agree with you, because time management, and especially at a people like our age, I'm not afraid to say my age, we struggle with that, this like time management. And like, since I've gotten older, like I said before, I've noticed the benefits of my calendar. When I was in high school, and a calendar it benefits for me, because I got so many interviews, and I'll be telling people, well, I can't do it that day. I got an interview. I can't do it at that time. I got an interview, and I got a meeting that day, because I do community work outside of this, and it's difficult with people our age. But there is like I said, the calendar's the solution. Sticky notes is a solution that some, in my opinion, don't use anymore.
Yeah.
So, our next question is, if this thing would have you? Whoa, were you, when you were younger, were you scared of being independent?
That's a good question. I think even now, when I was younger, no. I didn't necessarily come from how do I say this? I didn't necessarily come from a space where I felt like, household where I felt like I could freely be myself. I feel like I had to grow up early. I have a little backstory, not really, but I have 5 siblings. So that makes, my father has 6 kids. My mom has 4. I'm the oldest of all of them. Like I said, I'm 22, and but the youngest is 5. I have triplet sisters who are 17, and I have a brother who's 14. And I live with the triplets. So imagine it's a household full of girls. It was 6 girls in one house. It's my mom, my grandma, my triplet sisters, and myself. and my mom was working a lot, so I kind of had to help my grandmother. She was a little on the older side, um, and so I felt like I couldn't wait to get older to move out because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of this. There's too many people. I live with women my whole life. You feel me? So definitely was like, I couldn't wait to get out on my own. Um, I feel like, yeah, I think, like I was telling my stepmom this other day, when I was younger, saying I wish I was older, I was only saying that for the freedom. I don't, I don't like this adulting thing. The independence is cool though. Um, I feel like definitely, I don't think I was necessarily scared of being independent. And I don't think I'm necessarily scared of being independent now. It's just more so like the time management, the responsibility, being on top of stuff it's kind of scary because it's like it's so much I gotta do, but that's what comes with scheduling and things like that. So um I don't think I was scared when I was younger. I was actually excited. Couldn't wait to move out. I kept saying, I said, when I turn 18, I'm moving out. I'm not looking back. It didn't happen
Mm-hmm.
like that, but definitely was waiting for the independence. So I would say to answer that question, no, I wasn't scared. I was excited for it.
Hmm. I think we struggle with the being independent part because when you move out, in my opinion, you gotta pay your own bills and pay your phone bill on time, and then you gotta do basic health needs like take a
Lord.
like clean up and cook your own meals and stuff. Like 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 me, I cook my own meals. Well, not I don't cook really, but I like to put piece of rolls in the oven and call it a day, or a sandwich. I don't barely eat. I barely eat out every day, so I try not to. That's what I do, and then I healthcare needs come in here and do all that stuff. So it's a routine, in my opinion.
Mhm.
If you're used to that, then maybe you don't drift away from it. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with the routine thing. I will say I do like my independence. I pay my own phone bill. Me and my mom was on the same line, but I was tired of paying $100 a month. So
yeah,
I switched carriers, paying my own phone bill. I just recently bought a car.
uh-huh.
And I have a car note. I had a car previous to this, but it had issues. So now I have a car note. So now I have to budget for that. As much as I love it, I have my own car. I ain't got to worry about asking people, hey, can you come pick me up? I could go myself. I enjoy it. It's just like this car note is crazy, and the insurance and everything. It's a lot, but I definitely enjoy my independence because I'm in control of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, second to God. Let's get that straight. God is in control of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But in the physical realm, I'm in control of my life and I make executive decisions for myself. Um, so yeah. I like being independent. It's cool. It has its perks. It also has its
Yeah.
downfalls, but
Yeah. Yeah. Have you just sometime this cried and you didn't know what you was gonna do?
listen. Oh, every month. Every month. I'm like, Jesus, what is going on? What are you doing? What do I need to do? Not what are you doing? What do I need to do? Um, yes, I feel like I like to say this all the time. I think that this generation in particular has it worse than any other generation
Mm-hmm.
because of who is in leadership. Um,
Yeah.
I think all of our the baby boomers, which is our great grandparents, I think I think our great-grandparents, our grandparents, and then our parents. They had a lot to go through. They definitely went through a lot. They all had their fair share in their generation. But I genuinely feel like all of what they went through is what we're going through, mixed with stuff that we're going through. And it's just like, I love when people say we're the future of now. We're the generation of now. And it's like we are. And that's what I really try to drill into my peers, that nobody's coming to save us. Our parents and our grandparents are passing away. It's up to us now to change the world. And with the way leadership is going, I mean, God only knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important that we learn to be independent, because our parents and our grandparents are passing away. I know when my grandmother passed away in 2019, it was so interesting to me that I got this burst of energy to work. Like, I think I got my first position in YPD on the district level in 2019. My grades started boosting up in 2019. I started my first internship the year after. So it was like her death was kind of like a turning point in my life. As much as I was like, oh, I'm going to quit and I'm not going to go to school and all this, that, and the other. Like, it was a very sad, and it's still sad. You know, my grandmother's gone, but it was like that motivation I needed to keep going. And that's definitely where the independence started kicking in, because it's like, girl, you need to get it together. You're about to be an adult. So yeah, definitely. We the change makers. We're the future right now. And for those who are not independent, no shade to you or nothing, but gain some independence, because life's about to shift. So
yeah. You just said a sermon title just a minute ago. Get ready for the boost.
Hey.
So, have you we were talking about responsibility. Have you embraced that?
Yes, unfortunately. Like I said previously, paying my phone bill was my first step. That just happened this year, by the way. I've been out of high school for 5 years, but I literally, I've been paying my phone bill, but officially being away from my mom, having my own bill, having somebody text me talking about your phone bill is due. It's wow. It's like, dang, like, this is real. Like, I really have to do this. So yeah, definitely embrace responsibility. Like I said, just bought a car by myself a month ago. Has definitely opened my eyes. I'm like, I'm an adult. Like, this is real life. And then paying rent too is kind of crazy. I'm like, gosh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I've definitely embraced responsibility, and even down to me just being a big sister. I used to be upset when my mom was like, you're a role model. And I'm like, well, I didn't sign up to be a role model. And she's like, well, you're kind of already a built-in role model because you're the oldest. And I didn't understand that till I got older. Any opportunity I get to teach my siblings, I do teach them. So I've definitely embraced responsibility. And I feel like my mom would agree with that, because when I was younger, I was like, I don't like these kids. I was alone for 6 years, and you not brought 1, 2, but you brought 3 people into this world. Like, I don't want to be nobody role model, but I've definitely embraced responsibility. And I just feel like anything that comes my way, as long as it's beneficial, I'm ready to take that responsibility.
I agree. I've embraced responsibility myself, because you have to, because if you don't, you'll get lost out here and you won't be able to find yourself, in my opinion. So it's responsibility is something that it comes naturally, but as you get older, you learn from it because you know some of these kids on Shanti, they do some dumb stuff.
We do have some irresponsible young adults
Yes.
in our generation.
Yes. So I see some of the some of these young adults they party and I'm like I can't I'm not a partying type. I'm a homebody. I don't do all that. I stay to myself.
I think again that just goes back to balance. Like definitely, if you want to party, cool. Go have fun. I'm not opposed to having fun, but I just feel like every weekend, every night, you at somebody's club.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
No. Schedule is about balance. Schedule your business, schedule your fun. Don't have more fun than you are more than you are taking care of business. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. And then after you get done from the club on Saturday, make sure you go to the church house on Sunday.
Okay, if you can get up at 8 p.m. to go to somebody's club, you can get up at 8 a.m. to go to somebody's church on Sunday. Hello.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I was watching somebody a sermon about that a couple of days ago. I'm like very very vague, but it's true.
Yeah. I mean, balance.
Yes.
Balance.
Yes, it comes like the balance of the world. Like, you know, you can when you watch the TV every day, you get this scared of what's going on, like the 47 and 45. Um, you cannot have not have a job working
Mhm.
in this economy
I
anymore.
just said that to somebody the other day. I was like, there's just no way y'all not working in this economy.
Yeah.
Because they even trying to limit government benefits. I mean, you got to basically, like literally in California, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but literally in California, you got to dang near be homeless for you to qualify for anything. And I'm like, I mean, come on. Like, I'm not making enough for me to do everything. So, yeah, it's getting hard out here.
Yeah, I don't California. I look at the cost of living up there. It's pretty. Is it pretty high?
You can find a studio, meaning there is no bedroom, for 2,000 in certain areas.
Hmm.
No bedroom.
Hmm.
Oh, parking is trash. No garage. Nothing but a place, a floor, and a bathroom, and a mini-sized kitchen for $2,000.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. 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 I don't I don't understand. I just don't understand how the young people is like just don't have no drive or no nothing. They just want to just get by getting by.
When you figure it out, please let me know because I don't understand either. I be sitting here like, y'all see what's going on in the world. I think also too the problem is because a lot of the stuff that's happening technically is not happening to us directly. It's happening to us, but it's not like, oh, Ashanti, your benefits are cut off. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's happening to the older folks, or that's happening to family, but it's like I always say, just because it's not happening to you, don't mean that it can't happen. And a lot of people say that, just because stuff is not happening to you right now, doesn't mean it can't happen. I'm always in a mindset of it can happen to me tomorrow, or it can
Mm-hmm.
happen to me soon. So before it gets to that point, I'm already be a step ahead. Um, I guess it kind of just goes to how we grew up. I mean, some people grew up in the best household, and it's just like, well, I can always rely on family, or or some people just don't care. I'm none of those, but that's just how some people's thinking is.
Yeah, I just it's like it brings like in my next question, have you ever had trouble like finding your way in the world?
Yes, actually. I feel like that's a consistent thing though. Just trying to figure out where I necessarily fit in. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like YPD, the Young People and Children's Division, has definitely helped me realize what I want to do in my life, has definitely offset a lot of the things that I do in my life. Um, I have this conversation all the time, especially when I'm sharing with my students, that I used to be the kid that always wanted to fit in. I always wanted to fit in. I always had to be included. I'm at an age now where if you don't include me, that's fine by me. I don't have,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all the attention. I'd rather live a low profile private life than everybody know my business. Um, so I think I'm kind of finding my way. I feel like I've realized what I want to do. When I mean private, of course, because with the position that I have in church, of course, everybody gonna know who I am. Like it's not just like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but I mean in the sense of my personal business, like knowing what's personally going on. I'd rather keep that private and things like that. Um, but as far as finding my way, I think I have a sense of the direction of where my life is going. By what's going on right now. I think I have a sense of where my life is heading. So, like I said, it's just the anxiety. The anxiety of adulting is that's strong.
Yeah, I agree because let me tell you something. When I got out of high school, I did not know what I was going to do. I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
I did YPD, and
Mm-hmm.
one thing about YPD is like the young people. This is just my opinion. We have our voice. We're able to share our voice, but it's at the church.
Mm-hmm.
But if we share it publicly, then we'll be able to express our concerns like respectfully and publicly, and people will understand the reason why we're so frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
and why some of the young people are leaving the church. Like when I started this podcast, I never knew that I would achieve
Mm-hmm.
this
Oh,
far. I thought I was gonna do it, and it would go by year and year. But when I did one episode, and people were talking about it, and I get notice now when I go to conferences and stuff. I said, "Thank you for the noticing," but if you I didn't. I'm just a vessel. I know. I can. I didn't start this. God gave me the wisdom and the vision to start this, and it's just it's because I was. I did not know. I did not know what I was going to do, but I
mm-hmm.
had to find I had to find something to occupy my time, and
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that I was doing, it was not occupying my time. Like like I said, I do community work, I do this podcast, and this is mainly what I do. And I wanted to give young people their voice
Yeah,
because I feel like it wasn't being heard in a way that it needed to be heard.
yeah. Well, let me say first, I definitely am proud of you. I remember when you got started seeing it and everything. Definitely proud of where you came from. And you continuing to go through it. I pray that it continues to succeed because this platform is it's very. I'm very appreciative to have a platform to even speak about stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Outside of a church setting, I feel like the church does give us a little forum to talk about it and things like that. But platforms like this where it's non-church related, it's just like I
Us.
mean, yeah, it's just us. It's like I feel a little bit more comfortable, not have to be so censorship or anything like that. Definitely appreciate that. I do hope that maybe there could be a podcast in the church that, a young people, YPD podcast. I don't know. That'd be nice. Something cute. But yeah, definitely. Having this platform is amazing. Definitely, like I said, definitely proud of you. Keep going, man, because you're bold. I've been saying I want a podcast and I haven't done it. So
yeah. Hey, let me tell you, start a podcast and see how many friends you lose.
Yes, I'm already knowing.
So, we have come to the end of our questions. First of all, I want to thank Ashantee for coming and for being my guest. You've been on here before. I thought I decided to get you back on here because I wanted to get this back up and running. I got a little bored with the Vigilant podcast, so I thought I'd get back to my bread and butter. So thank you again, and I will send this link to you, and you can post it wherever you want to. And yeah, any final thoughts? And
I would just say, for those, I have siblings who are about to enter into adulthood. They're about to be 18. They're about to graduate high school. And I know there's a lot of class of 20. I feel like class of 2026 is going to be a big class. So if you guys didn't hear anything else I said, my last piece of advice would be to first develop a relationship with God. Don't let anybody tell you. Don't let anybody tell you. Don't let anybody tell you that God is not real, because that is not true at all. That is not true. It's been proven. I can prove it to you, and everything under the sun. But develop a relationship with Him yourself, and then once you do that, ask for His will to be done in your life. Because you trying to do this thing called life by yourself, it will not get you far. Like I said, with our leadership right now, our administration right now, things are looking a little scary. I'm not gonna say they're not looking up. I'm not gonna say they look too bad, but they look how they look. And a relationship with God will guide you through it. And I would definitely say, get you a community of people who are genuinely, hear me when I say this, who genuinely care about you, who genuinely want to see you succeed. Because there's a lot of people who will say they want to see you succeed. There's a lot of people who say, I got your back or whatever. And then when it gets time to have your back, they're nowhere to be found. Find God, develop a relationship with God, ask for His will, find a village that cares about you and that you care about. And I mean, balance your time. Don't make life so serious, but also don't make life so fun. Because two things can happen at the same time, but has to be a balance.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. I agree with that. So we are done. Once again, I will send this to you. And if anyone watch this, want to come on, just let me know. I'm easy to find. So thank you again, Ashantee, and I will end the stream right now.
All righty.
Oh, thank you again. And I'll send you, want to send it to your messenger?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll send that to you right when I get this published.
All right. Thank you for having me, Derek.
You anytime.
All right.
All right.